Couple beers, no food on my stomach, already late to record a podcast, so who knows how this one will go.
After high demand.
Listening to you and Justin, that's a professional podcast right there.
The man with a voice.
He's got a wicked voice on it too. He does. He's got oh my goodness. I listen to his voice, I'm like, dude, you could go places with that voice. You are freaking phenomenal.
Has his own podcast. And what does he think?
Oh,
BoyStick presents the Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Stick coming back at you with yet another new podcast. And today, well, I'm late. I am very late to upload. I know this podcast is usually supposed to be out on Wednesdays, and it is now probably Friday, and I just uploaded this. Oh my god, I keep hitting shit. I'm sorry if you hear it booming. I keep hitting my mic stand and stuff. If you're listening to this, it's either, well, you're listening in a bunch of ways. You're listening on Spotify. Type in that Honestly Lazy Podcast, and it will pop up. Or you're watching it on YouTube. Still at 50 subs, man. I'm loving it. 50 subs on YouTube was actually a goal I never thought I'd hit with this podcast. Just because, well, it's a podcast and I'm talking to myself. I don't even have a co-host for this for this podcast. So I'm pretty impressed with myself getting 50 subscribers with just me talking into a microphone and expressing my thoughts on stuff. It's kind of cool, the thing. But if you watch this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you do listen or watch on YouTube, just helps me out. Last video, I think I didn't get a lot of views on the last video, but I saw I had 4 likes on it, that's impressive. I don't really pay attention to the views. I like looking at the likes. The views are nice too, and they go up and down. The last episode, I know I didn't get a lot of views. I didn't post it anywhere besides on my Facebook and my Twitter and my Instagram. I usually post on a bunch of stuff on Reddit too, a bunch of different like small communities just to get some feedback and stuff. But I didn't do it this time because I was so busy getting ready for Mosport, which is pretty much the reason why it's very late for me to the uploads late this week, because it's like Rick James saying cocaine's a hell of a drug. It's like Mosport's a hell of a time. The one thing I've learned from this year, I know I've talked about Mosport going up there for the super bikes, but I mean the environment and everything for the Pinty series is a lot different than the Superbikes. The Superbikes was like a dead weekend. You know, everyone kind of kept to themselves. I mean, this weekend, it was just like we were the only tent site in around us. It was all RVs and stuff. But I mean, these RVs, man, they can party. And like, we were partying too, but we all realized we cannot do what we used to do. Like, this year, going back to Mosport, the last time I was up there from Thursday to Sunday. I mean, I was brain dead until, well, I guess Thursday. Afterwards, I was brain dead, hungover still. Like, not even hungover, just fucking brain dead from how much liquor I drank. This time, I only went for Friday night and Saturday. And holy shit, I feel maybe even worse than I did after 4 days 2 years ago. I mean, age is a big thing, man. Going from 24 to 26 going up there, yeah, it kicked the shit out of me. I mean, I've been brain dead this whole week, and I mean, I've been wanting to record, but I mean, I just was like mentally not fucking there. Even right now, like, waking up this morning and going to work, I was still like, oh my god, dude, I can't believe I'm going to work. Like, I am that brain dead, like, from just the drinking. And of course, once I start feeling better, I slam a couple with no food on my stomach. Remember, if you're going to drink, put food on your stomach. That way you can drink more. That's a terrible thing to say. But Mosport is definitely an experience, and it's sad that it's over with. But I will say, this first year back, saw some good crashes, which are as bad as it sounds. Everyone wants to see a crash. And I did get in the Pinty series, the Canadian NASCAR pretty much, had an amazing race, and I was sitting at a pretty good viewpoint. And yeah, it was definitely a good time, and it's sad because when that weekend's over, it means summer is officially over. And we're into September. Hence why I'm not wearing button-ups. I'm wearing a fucking t-shirt if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm wearing a t-shirt because it randomly, right when it hits September, just gets fucking cold. Because it's Canada. I mean, a lot's happening right now in Canada. We are, like, if you're American, you're watching this, you're going to find, like, we are in the middle of an election. Just like you guys were with Trump and Biden, we are now into an election, a surprise election. It's in 2 weeks, I do believe. 2 weeks? I'm going to check the calendar. Yes, 2 weeks we go and vote and see if Trudeau will stay in as our leader or if someone else will go, will go and take his place. And I would like to already say, with this election alone, this has been the most fucking entertaining. And I don't mean like the debates and stuff. I haven't seen a single one yet. I don't really care about the debates. I should, but I don't. So what I'm interested in right now is how bad Trudeau is getting, like, just tormented everywhere he goes. He's already been turned into a meme on TikTok. He walked out of his bus and he tripped over a rock, and then they put Cotton Eye Joe to it and rewind it so it looked like he was like square dancing or something like that. Pretty much everywhere he goes, he gets booed, and people say fuck Trudeau. It was so bad at one place he didn't even get off the bus. He just didn't get off, which, I mean, he should have got off the bus there, because the last thing I heard with Trudeau and his how people are treating him, the last thing I heard was he was walking and people were throwing rocks at him. Yeah, like rocks. This is how much people hate this guy. Now, people are saying the Conservatives and NDP and all these parties are paying him, or are paying people to do it, which I guarantee you they probably are, but I guarantee you there's a lot more people who are just anti-mask, anti-vax, and all this shit that are just like, fuck you, and they actually threw rocks at him. Like, I think this is the first time in Canadian history where people threw rocks at someone who's running for prime minister. It's funny as fuck. I feel like I'm living in America right now. That's some crazy ass shit. And like, I'm not even trying to chirp America. And if you're American, listen to this, I am not trying to chirp you. I'm just saying, like, shit, like, you guys have an amazingly entertaining election when Trump was running. From protesters and what they were saying to even like InfoWars coming in, they were saying some shit. It was entertaining as fuck. And even this, with this stuff going on with Trudeau, and it's only Trudeau, that's the funniest part. It's only Trudeau that's getting rocks thrown at him and just getting booed everywhere he goes. He actually was in the town that I'm living in now. He was at a restaurant, and I was like, I can give two fucks about going and meeting this guy. In my opinion, he's a goof, and he should get out, and he should be voted out. Honestly, he's fucked up, and we gave you a chance, and you blew it. Get out. and maybe get out of Canada too, because I think once you're out, if you get out of office, and I'm going to tell you why I say if, but if you get out of office, you should probably get out of Canada, because people will probably be coming to your house and throwing more rocks at you. But I mean, like, with the thing with Trudeau, the thing is, we've had an election with him before, right? And everyone hated him, and he still got in. He still got in. And everyone's like, fuck that guy, I didn't vote for him. And, well, somebody did, and he got back in. So, could he win this one? Maybe. I could see it. But if I was going to guess, it's going to be Aaron O'Toole going in. And the best part is, this isn't like a prediction with like the YouTube box and stuff. I don't care if I'm fucking wrong with this, because I don't care that much about politics. I'm just talking about it because literally our prime minister got hit in the head with a rock. Like, not a rock. It was like a piece of gravel. But, you know, it was it was just funny. And then he like goes out and does a speech saying like it is inexcusable. And the way he talks, like I'm just going, I'll bash Justin Trudeau a little bit. Like the way he talks, he just sounds like an idiot. And I mean, he's done some stupid shit. Like a picture came out where he was wearing blackface, for fuck's sakes. Like, yeah, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. I mean, it's an old picture and all. Like, I'm pretty sure it's from the 80s. But I mean, still, dude, like, you've done some stupid shit. And I mean, like, the latest thing, even, like, with Canada, like, you know, it's just like I do vote, and I will say every year the person I'm voting for has never gotten in, which is fine, you know. I don't care. I go vote because people fought a war for me to go vote. So I go vote, and you should go vote for that too. But if you don't want to vote, then at the same time, people fought for it. But if you don't want to go vote, they also fought for you to have the choice to not go vote. If that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. You know what? I think I'm wrong about that. Don't listen to me. I'm stupid. And I don't know a lot about this. But I do go vote because, you know, there was wars fought. And, you know, I go vote because of it. But I mean, like the freedom of Canada is getting fucking, like it's getting tested more and more. Then the thing that we are can I tighten this? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. The thing that they're starting to do more of is getting people vaccinated, which I agree with. Get people vaccinated. Go ahead. That's fine. Get people vaccinated. But now the Canadian government has announced by September 21st, if you're not vaccinated, you cannot go into gyms, theaters, restaurants, concerts. They're pretty much saying you can't do a fucking thing. Which I don't agree with it at this point, and there's only one reason why I don't agree with them doing this at this point. I'll tell you why. And it's the most simple thing. And it's the only reason why I'm like, yeah, you guys shouldn't do this. The reason is, with the vaccines and all that, you know, there's Moderna, the blood clotter, and Pfizer, and probably some other ones. I don't know. Those are the ones I know. I'm pretty sure the States got other ones. But those are the three in Canada I know of, right? So the big thing that this is why I don't agree. I'm repeating myself now. Hang on. Let me take a sip of beer and then I'll just say it. That's my cat behind me, if you hear that. The reason why I don't agree with this is because there's not a government approved vaccine. It's still in that emergency, whatever the fuck it's called. Okay, my cat just hopped in the box behind me. It's still in the emergency phase, you know. And the government has not picked one and said, this is government approved and this is the one you should take. Now, bear in mind, I am not saying that, like, the government doing that, people are just all going to get vaccinated. No, with this vaccine and with COVID, and people just believing COVID's not even a thing, not 100% of the population will ever be vaccinated. And that's what I believe. It's a fucked up thing, and that's what I believe. But, like, the fact that you're, like, everyone needs to get vaccinated to do anything without a government-approved vaccine is fucking bullshit. And that's just my personal opinion. Even though they say, oh, it takes years upon years to really get a government-approved. Dude, there's been millions on top of millions of people getting vaccinated. I'm pretty sure at this point you've got enough research to fucking pick one, you know? Like, at this point in time, you cannot force the people a vaccine that you have not approved yourself. And that's the way I look at it. Once you approve one, then go ahead and fucking force people upon it. But you haven't done anything. You just like, okay, well, pick one. Like, you know, like what? Like, okay, I won't. Yeah, I'm not even going to tell you if I'm vaccinated or not. That probably already gave it away if I'm vaccinated or not. Doesn't matter. If you're vaccinated or not, I would still hang out with you. I don't fucking care. Okay, yeah, you guys definitely know at this point, but I'm still not going to say it. It's your choice. And the government's shutting shit down for you just because you're not vaccinated, even though they don't have government approved one. That's bullshit to me, and I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. You pick one, get your fucking research done, and if the government are going to do it like this, if the government, like Trudeau says this is the government approved one, don't listen to him. Listen to the fucking scientists that are studying this. Like, I wouldn't trust the government themselves. I'd trust the scientists. But if you are just in that state where it's just like they don't have one approved, that's fine. If you're anti-vax, that's fine too. Just don't be like, people knocking on my door saying you have time to talk about Jesus Christ and getting in my face about it. Just live your life, and I'll live mine, and we'll all get along together. But at the same time, I also have a prediction about the masks. And it's probably not the best prediction. It probably isn't. But this is how I see masks being lifted. Because the government's pretty much going to be like, well, until 100% of the people are fully vaccinated, we will just make you keep wearing masks. In my mind, now, this is just a guy who doesn't do any research. This is just a guy who just is like, oh, if it was me and I want to stop, here's how I do it. I think, and seriously, do not take this like this is how it's going to, this is just my opinion. And I know with COVID, it's very touchy. This is no research, no nothing. This is just an opinion from your boy Stick, who's drinking beer and just ranting because he's fucking late to record a podcast. In my opinion, all right, now that's all the way. In my opinion, here's how it's going to go back to normal. People are just going to say, fuck the government, and they're just going to stop wearing masks. The government can't fine everybody, and the worst part is they can't. What are they going to do? I'm not paying your fucking ticket because I'm not wearing a mask. What are they going to do? Fucking put you in jail? No. And there's going to be so many people that all be like, suck my fucking dick. The worst, probably how they fight it is okay, we'll take it out with your taxes. But I mean, that's the way I want to see it. People are just going to be like, okay, dude, it's been fucking 5 years. I'm not wearing a mask anymore. I'm pretty sure this shit's done. You guys are fucking paranoid. You're trying to protect the people. If it's 5 years down the road and they're still saying we're trying to protect the people, fuck you. You're trying to control us. But I mean, right now I can see them still trying to protect the people. Even though I did see them saying that there was a super delta called COVID-22. And that's when I was like, that's fucking bullshit. COVID-22. What happened to 20 and 21? What is it, Peter Griffin's logic? It's World War V. It's so big that it skips 3 and 4. What the fuck? COVID-22? Once you start putting shit like that, the people are like, all right, yeah, we're done listening to you. We've made it this far, and we'll just keep on keeping on. And that's how I think it's going to end. People are just going to say, fuck the government, and just stop wearing masks. And if they try to lock us down again, people just be like, I'm keeping my business open. That's how it's going to end, in my opinion. There's more people in the world than cops, and there's more people in the world than government. And if it really came down to it, the people would win. Unless the cops start fucking shooting people. Then we're fucked. Then just put your fucking mask on. I'm not getting shot by a cop because I'm not wearing one. But I don't think it would go that far. But I mean, even in Ontario right now, how many lockdowns have we? I think we had 3 or 4. I don't know. Got pretty bad with the lockdowns. They were dropping fucking Air Jordans. And yes, I'm stealing these jokes from Instagram and stuff. But I mean, we were getting locked down fucking every long weekend. I was back to lockdown. Fuck. Everything's finally kind of getting back to normal. I got to go to Mosport and I got to do some fun stuff. I've been out to a bar, all that. But it's definitely a vibe of things getting back to normal, but still fucking COVID infested. The day I can go into Walmart without wearing a mask is the day that COVID to me is over. But that's going to be a very long ways away. Even though they're still doing concerts and shit, which concerts are just not making sense. You fucking you wear a mask unless you're drinking or eating. I'll just be drinking and eating the whole fucking time, so I don't have to wear a mask. You know how hot a mask would be in a general admission show? It'd be fucking terrible. Fuck that. But yeah, I made a TikTok. It's funny. I did make a TikTok when COVID started saying, if we if we all just wear a mask and stay at home, we'll be out of this by October or by Thanksgiving or something, or by summer. And I was fucking very, very wrong. Fucking COVID. What a weird time. It will be over. I think it will be over soon. Not soon, but sooner or later it will be over. But, okay, that's enough about the COVID and Canadian politics. And for all you Americans, I fucking didn't really educate you. I just told you how stupid fucking politics are in general. And if you're into it, that's great. Just don't come to me with politician advice, because I just won't listen. But I did see another story, and I know I'm late to this, but this is a story that I wanted to talk about, because, holy fuck. Someone had some big balls, and they got fucking shut down. And I'm sure you've all heard about it, but if you didn't, I will explain. I guess he was a TikToker. All right, he was a TikToker. Fuck, I can't believe that's a thing. But this TikToker quit his 100K yearly job, 100K a year job. Went to Cleveland, snuck into the backstage of the Jake Paul Woodley fight, and asked Logan Paul for a job. And Logan Paul shut him down. I don't even blame Logan. Fuck, dude. What the fuck were you thinking? This kid posted a video of him crying afterwards. I would cry too. You just lost your 100K a year job to try to be a YouTuber. The kid was 22 and he took a chance, and good for you and all, but that's not a chance you take. There's taking a chance, right? Your buddy's starting up a business, you quit your full-time job and go work for him. That's taking a risk, right? But, to quit your job, 100K a year job. Bro, what was your job? I will go take over for you. I will do your job for 100K a year. No fucking problem. And I'll still do YouTube. But, 100K a yearly job, and he quits, and Logan Paul shuts him down. What a crazy thing. And you know what the craziest thing is? This kid couldn't now be making a living off TikTok from doing that. He's fucking viral. For all you know, he's now getting the followers. People feel bad. And which, by the way, I don't feel bad. And I will say it. Fuck, man. Why would you do that? Take a couple vacation days. Go down, talk to him. And, just say, yo, I'm a TikToker, I got some followers and stuff like that. You should give me a chance. The fact that you quit, I guarantee you, too, when he said he quit his job to Logan, his 100K year job, I bet you Logan was even saying, you fucking idiot. But at the same time, I've seen Logan post on Twitter, an 11-minute conversation, I can make you a millionaire. And I'm like, dude, out of all the people, you should probably take that kid off and give him that 11-minute conversation, told him how to become a millionaire, because he is now fucked. Oh, I hope he has some money saved up, because 100K, you quit your job. You quit your job, 100K a year, go try to be a YouTuber. It just doesn't make sense. This is if I was at Tim Hortons, for Americans, if I was at McDonald's, I'd quit my job and go try to talk to Logan. Fuck it, I can go work at Home Hardware, Canadian Tire, somewhere else. I'd find a job, I'd go back into fast food. Fuck it, that didn't work. But you had an amazing paying job and you quit it to try to be an entertainer. That's the next generation, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be like me, Nelk Boys coming back to Canada. And I quit my job and go try to be a full send guy. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I don't really watch Nelk. But that's the same type of thing. It's something I never do. See, there's me. I talked to a guy at work about this. He knows people are trying to quit their jobs and be full-time YouTubers. But then there's people like me and Quinn Marr, who's on my podcast. Quinn and I work full-time jobs and we do this on the side. And Quinn pushes it a lot farther than I do. He is really trying to make it. I would like to make it, but he's really trying to make it where I'm just this is just something to do. And in the future, this will turn into a live stream show. that I'll upload the audio to later. But there will be pre-recorded, but there will also be live stream shows. Why? Because of fucking people like Howard Stern and stuff. That's who I look up to. Quinn looks up to like David Delbrick and Full Send and like the Nelk Boys and all that, which is fine. But we're not quitting our fucking full-time jobs to try to do this. I mean, this shit is expensive. Like I said in my last podcast, like the next equipment I'm buying for this is going to cost me about $500. Like, it's not a cheap hobby to become a fucking YouTuber. I mean, unless you have a really nice iPhone, which I don't. I'm Samsung all the way. But I mean, like, you really got to think this shit through. I mean, even starting out, bro, like, I would have to be making... I don't even know. I sit there and wonder how much I'd have to make off of, like, one video. Be like, I will quit my job. Like, I mean, like, I would upload more than once a week. And I would have to make decent money off those videos to actually quit my job. It's just not worth it. Like, full-time pay is nice. Even though it's not like I'm not making like fucking 100K a year. But I mean, like, it's just nice. You come home from work, I get weekends off. I could go film on weekends. I mean, shit. I could even do like nightly streams. Do I want to? No. Because I got a girlfriend and I got other stuff I need to do. But I mean, like, this shit is just like, people are going fucking crazy because they see these guys' lives and they want to live it. But to these guys' lives, there's a lot more to it. They don't get that. They think they just go film and for like 8 hours and that's it. And then that video. No, you film like fucking 23 hours a day, probably, if you're a vlogger. Commentators, like when I did, I've said this before, and I know I sound like a broken record, but when I was doing commentary, a video would literally take me like 12 hours to shoot and edit. It's not all fun and games. And I mean, people really need to think about that before they really try to do this full time. I mean, if you're still in high school and you don't have a job, fucking film every day. Go film with your buddies. But I mean, like, you gotta... Like, this shit isn't forever. Like Logan Paul, Keemstar, Jake Paul, all these big YouTubers have like their money put away and shit. If I would made $1 million off of YouTube videos, I would take that $1 million and put it into a fucking pension just to make sure I don't fuck myself. Because after doing YouTube for like fucking 15 years straight, I guarantee you no one's going to hire you if you're like as big as like those guys. So, you know, you got to think of it like that way. It's all fun and games in the moment, but when you actually have to put the work in, it can fucking suck. I mean, fuck, 100K a year. 100 fucking K a year you quit. On the plus side, though, I did see somewhere that TikTok is getting more view time than YouTube now. That's fucking crazy. I mean, it's taking over, man. I gotta get into TikTok. Fucking do my live shows there. I saw that, and the weird thing was I saw that, and I was actually like, yeah, I could actually see that being a thing. Like, TikTok's fucking huge, and I know people, like my own brother will go out for dinner. He'll just sit there on his phone watching TikToks. That's all he does. Yeah, it's fucking huge. Vine 2.0. Until you get into the dumb shit. By the way, yeah, you can see I'm wearing PJs. I had a long day of work, and I got fucking edit this video afterwards. Nah, that's fine. Yeah. It's fucking crazy to really think about. Like, 100K. I could rant about that for hours. Like, what were you thinking? And the fact... and Logan... Oh, man. That was just... man. Like, what were you actually thinking? You actually quit your job. In other news, this is something I just saw today. It is now rumored. And I know I've talked about Jake Paul a lot, but it's fucking entertaining. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury apparently will be happening in December. Now, I'm not 100% on that. There are rumors going around. People are talking. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Even though he tweeted that he retired from boxing. And then he tweeted again saying, just kidding, I'm not. Like, I don't know. He was bored probably. You know, he made wads and wads of cash. But apparently it is a thing. It will be happening. And I can't fucking wait. Now, this is the fight. This is the fight I'll even buy the pay-per-view for. Because that's fuck all these like Ben Askren, Tyrone. This is his debut. Fighting Tyson or Tyrone or fuck, what's his name? Tommy Fury. Tyson Fury. He get one punch by him, but Tommy Fury. And if it's and it apparently it is happening, and this one I am excited for. I wasn't even excited for the Woodley fight. I wasn't excited for Ben Askren. This one I'm actually excited to watch. If it's on fucking Sunday again, though, I will tweak. If it's on a fucking Sunday, bro, I will. Why does it have to be on a Sunday, Jake? What is it, UFC? Are you guys worried that you're not going to sell as much UFC? Fuck it, just fucking do it. Just make sure it's not like Usman or fucking Holloway or McGregor that weekend. You'll be fine. Like, oh, if it's on a Sunday again, I won't watch it. Fucking highlight reel. I'm not watching it. I'm not staying up on a Sunday. I watched Mayweather versus Logan on that Sunday, and I was like, it was not worth staying up for and getting like 4 hours of sleep and going to work. It was just not worth it. It was not worth it. Even the Woodley fight, I saw the highlights and I was like, yeah, well, that wasn't really worth it either. The good thing is Jake Paul turned into that meme. I love it. I ran out of stuff to talk about. Joe Rogan got COVID. Like, what else do I talk about? I don't have my notes. I don't have notes. I thought those two topics would last longer. Well, hit something. I got like 4 chairs here. There's a wooden chair behind me for iRacing, and then this computer chair I'm sitting in is actually my lady friend's, and then that black chair that's also behind me, that is my chair I've had since I was like 8 years old. I know it's time to retire it, but fuck it. I'm like looking at my setup, man. Where am I going to put shit? That's a closet behind me. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put anything to decorate that. Maybe I'll just put like a whiteboard on it. Draw Honestly Lazy on it, or draw notes. I don't know. I'd like to say one thing. If Quinmar will listen this far, Quinmar has a goal. His goals are fucking awesome. And if you don't know what Quinmar is, like, you should go check him out. Prank videos, food videos and all that. Stuff that I don't really fuck with. But he's my buddy, and, you know, we help each other out. Quinmar's goal is 150 subscribers by September 31st. So if you're into that type of stuff, go check him out. And while you're at it, subscribe to me too. This channel, BoyStick channel. Subscribe to all of it, because BoyStick will be back up and running. I just haven't had time to get the fucking camera off the tripod and go film. But Quinmar has had goals, and he's been sticking to it. Every Thursday he has new videos, and he's killing it. So if you are into that, check him out. Quinmar. Quinnmar. I'm pretty sure it's one R. I don't know. He'll pop up. Hangs out with people like Cringe Daddy. That guy's, I watch his videos. He's fucking good. 10K subscribers. That guy was, you know, Cringe Daddy. He's hilarious. I recommend you go check him out too. If I'm at this point, might as well give some shout outs. Shout out to my buddy Nathan Breeze. That man gives me feedback on everything, and he's a big fan of the show. And he will be on the show because he's an amazing musician. And he'll randomly text me, like, yo, I just finished this episode, and great job, and all that. So shout out to Nathan Breeze. That man kills it in life. He's doing great, you know, fucking amazing guitars, nice drum set, good bass, decent bass, you know. But, you know, he's a huge supporter of the show. And if you want to shout out, just leave a comment in the description down below, just saying great video or something like that. And if you are a supporter, I will start giving you shout outs as well. If you have questions or anything, or in the comments down below, I'll answer questions. I don't care. I'll answer the question. Just send it. Also, shout out to Courtney. You know who you are. You've been supporting the living old fuck out of this podcast. Sending me Snapchats of you with your baby saying, me and the baby listen every week. Which, why are you showing my baby your podcast? It's very inappropriate, but she does it. So shout out to Courtney. Shout out to my girlfriend. She actually listens. I was very surprised because I wouldn't think this would be up her alley. I didn't even think this podcast would be up Courtney's alley. I was talking to her the other week, and she was like, I'm more into the crime ones. And I'm like, fucking every white girl is into the crime podcast. Oh, yeah, I won't watch Halloween, but fucking real serial killer killed 30 people. Oh, yeah, I love listening to them, how they got him. Oh, wait, he's still out there? Ooh, I wonder if he's dead. Like, fucking, what the fuck? What do you mean? Fucking crazy. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who got me to 50 subscribers. Shout out to everybody who listens to shit. Shout out to my boy Jonesy. He actually said he was listening the other day, so shout out to you, dude. He works with me, and he went through some shit, and he's back, and he's fucking killing it more than ever. Love to have him on the podcast. Shout out to Paul Williams, musician. He just released his acoustic stuff. I don't know where, but I'll get him off him. He's supposed to be on the podcast very soon, actually. So that'll be an interesting conversation because me and him were going to do a podcast together, and we shot 2 episodes, and I was so fucking hungover in them. They were garbage. And yeah, shout out to everybody who listens to shit. And shout out to Curvy Mariah. She is a model, but she's also my buddy's girlfriend. But she used to always tell me to live my best life, so I will start living my best life. And shout out to you because she actually does listen to the podcast, and she was even telling me up in Mosport how she listens to it. So thank you for listening. And all you gotta say is I listen in the description. I will start giving random shout outs to you. If you listen, I'll give you shout outs. But I think that'll do it for this episode of the Honestly Lazy podcast. Fuck, I wasn't sure. You know, I still can't believe I'm still doing this. Like I dropped this podcast so quick, but I mean it feels good. I'm vibing very hard with it, and it's so much easier to do the topics now. I'm also coming up with new stuff. There's going to be a music salute series in the podcast soon. As soon as I get the research and shit done for my first musical shout out, even though they're like huge musicians, they probably won't even acknowledge. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. And thank you very much for listening. If you made it this far, please subscribe. It will really help me out. And like the video, leave comments, feedback, whatever you want, even hate. You know, I read it all. So if you're on Spotify, go over on YouTube and check and give me a subscribe and follow me on Spotify, I guess. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's where you can get little updates about everything, usually on my Instagram story. I'm going to start posting pictures soon, don't worry. And on Twitter, just updates about what's going on with the podcast and all that. But yeah, that'll do it for this week. So it's your boy Stick. I'm out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next week. All right, take her easy. And yeah, I'm going to finish this beer and go make food because I am fucking hungry.